He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play, wins it with grace. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKay's on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
The lights are on here at Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School in West Orange, New Jersey. It's our New Jersey Soccer Game of the Week here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. It's the Seton Hall Pirates and the West Orange Mountaineers, and it all gets started right after this. He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play, wins it with grace. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKay's on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
Seton Hall and West Orange meet for the first time this season under the lights here at Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our New Jersey Soccer Game of the Week here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. I'm Kevin Connolly, joined alongside Ryan Lowy. Thrilled for you to join us here on this picture-perfect Wednesday evening here in the Garden State for a top 10 matchup between the Pirates and the Mountaineers. Both teams enter 6-1, Ryan. Seton Hall still the top dog here in New Jersey. West Orange trying to knock them off that pedestal.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. I think the most ironic thing about this whole thing is same records, same town. Both these teams are just phenomenal and have a lot of collegiate caliber athletes participating in today's game. And I think the most exciting thing coming into this game as well is the fact that out of the history of these two teams in regular season competitions in the past 2 years, it's a 1-1 record. I'm excluding the county game from last year if we want to add that one in. Both these teams have played quite well against each other, but Seton Hall Prep has won 2 out of the 3. But in the regular season, this has just really shown to be an even competition.
Yeah, we'll get into all that stuff a little bit later on, but you mentioned the athletes that are going to be taking the field here tonight, and let's take a look at the starting 11 here for the Seton Hall Prep Pirates. Ryan, I know you have a couple of guys that you have your eye on.
Yeah, that's right, for the Seton Hall Prep Pirates who are visiting today. And then about the 5-minute trip here, Kevin, I'd say the players to watch are junior number 9, Eddie Krupski. He has 8 goals and an assist on the season. And likewise to the next guy I'm about to mention, he has scored in every regular season contest. Krupski's absolutely dominant. He stands 6'3". He's a sheer menace with the ball on the foot. And then the other side, Joaquin Henke has 5 goals and an assist on the season. He also has a goal in every regular season contest as well. So these are really the two dominant players up top and in the midfield.
Let's flip around and look at the starting 11 for West Orange. Who you got your eye on for the Mountaineers?
Very similar to Seton Hall Prep. I have 2 players you want to keep an eye on. Senior number 7, Mason Bashkoff, has 2 goals and 3 assists on the season. He has Division III offers, but he really wants to go to NYU for social media marketing. His father actually runs social media here at West Orange. He's a phenomenal player. He stands firm at around 6 foot, and he's got a very good head on the ball as well. And junior number 4, Arthur Rosu, one of New Jersey's toughest brick wall center backs. 3 goals and 2 assists on the season. He's the brother of Andre and Ari Rosu. Ari playing St. Joseph's University soccer at the moment right now, trying to get some minutes. But Arthur, absolutely dominant, taking the reins as the center back and the quarterback for this phenomenal soccer program under head coach Doug Nevins.
Well, we're ready to get this one underway and want to let you know that today's game is brought to you in part by the North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, the most advanced sports medicine and orthopedic care in northern New Jersey, New Jersey's premier sports medicine clinic, serving athletes, non-athletes, workers' comp, motor vehicle accidents, and more. For more, visit www.orthopedicnewjersey.com or pay them a visit at 1373 Broad Street in Clifton, New Jersey. We'll be back for a whole lot more as we count down the kickoff here between Seton Hall Prep and West Orange on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in West Orange. We'll be back right after this.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. Specialist Dr. Michael Rosanella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
Back here at Lincoln Field as we count down the kickoff between Seton Hall Prep and West Orange underneath the lights for the first time this year for a boys soccer game here at West Orange. Kevin Connolly, Ryan Lowy with you. If you're just joining us, welcome. Ryan, now let's take a look at your keys to victory for both these teams here tonight.
Kevin, it's polite to start with the visiting team, so we'll talk about the Seton Hall Prep Pirates. They should really work from the sides because we know how Arthur Rosu works. The kid's an absolute brick in the middle. Spoke about him earlier, so if Seton Hall Prep wants to succeed with Prupski on the ball, with Nkenke on the ball, the two top goal scorers, they really want to work from the sides around Arthur Rosu. Capo Chichi, the sides are very dangerous, but Arthur Rosu really is the brick of the defensive core that they have to work around. Control from the back line. Seton Hall Prep has some of the best ball control. They've had some of the best ball control for at least a decade now in the Super Essex Conference and even back in the Iron Hills Conference. Their control with the soccer ball is terrific, and it starts from the back, from Donovan and goal, all the way with their three solid key backs, and that comes from Oladapo, Bauer, and Batten-Channing. And now, Kevin, let's move to the hosting West Orange Mountaineers in today's rivalry matchup. Make them uncomfortable. Seton Hall Prep's a team that's very rarely uncomfortable in divisional matchups. This might be the exception of a year for them. Last year, they won every game except for tying one versus Montclair. So this is going to be a very key game for them, as this is probably the one team we're thinking of on the recent schedule, excluding the East Side game, that can, really probably take down Seton Hall Prep and derain them. So they just got to make them uncomfortable early so so West Orange can really sneak in some goals, maybe off the corners from Rosu's head. You know how Bashkov works with a strong foot. We've seen it all season. And on the other side, quick counters. West Orange is unique in the sense where they're very quick with the soccer ball and they're very skilled in comparison to other teams like Seton Hall Prep, who many think they're the most skilled in the area. West Orange, very skilled team, very strong program. This is going to be quite the game to see who reigns supreme in this beautiful township.
Well, we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff here between West Orange and Seton Hall, and tonight's game is also brought to you by Corey Chiropractic. For more, pay him a visit at 2086 Morris Avenue in Union, New Jersey, or give them a call at 908-964-8607. That's Corey Chiropractic in Union, New Jersey. Tonight's game is also brought to you in part by Tavares Insurance Agency. Rosa M. Tavares and Andrew Perez for benefit consultant expertise in property, casualty, auto, home, health and Medicare insurance. You can pay them a visit also at 2086 Morris Avenue in Union, New Jersey. Email them at office@tavaresins.com or visit www.tavaresins.com. We'll be back with a whole lot more here from Lincoln Field as we continue our countdown to kickoff between West Orange and Seton Hall Prep. Back here at Lincoln Field, Seton Hall Prep and West Orange ready to go to battle for the first time here in this 2022 season. Ryan, we talked about some of your key players to watch, but now let's get into our starting goaltender matchup for tonight's game. Let's start first with the visiting keeper, Aiden Donovan.
Yeah, senior Aiden Donovan, not much said. He's next in line for Seton Hall Prep dominance. Seton Hall Prep has just repeatedly have some phenomenal goalkeepers that work in for a year, then go play collegiately after dominant years in JV and the freshman level. Senior Aiden Donovan, he's 6'2", 285 pounds. He has 11 saves on the season. This Seton Hall Prep defense takes care of him quite well. But we've seen Donovan make some crazy saves, i.e. the save versus Columbia, in which they made the humongous comeback. And then on the other side, for the West Orange Mountaineers, a little bit more to say for senior Justin Scavala. This is his second straight year at the helm. Scavala has been on NJ.com's top goalkeepers watch list. This is the second year now he has held that feat. He has 40 total saves on the season, including 5 shutouts. He's allowed 3 goals this season. Last year, Scavala had 103 saves. He's a really key goalkeeper for this West Orange team.
So again, 5 minutes away from kick here between West Orange and Seton Hall Prep. Both teams inside the NJ.com top 10. Both teams enter with 6-1 records, and someone is going to pick up victory number 7 here tonight. Who's it going to be? You're going to find out in just under 5 minutes as we kick off between Seton Hall and West Orange. There you go to the air again, and there. And that's a touchdown. Jordan, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side, caught! Touchdown! Nasir Addison on the reception. And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Right, Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure. He comes up. He throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
Third down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted! Eric Perez with the pick. Then he go to the house. He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's Smothers saying, look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's right.
He looked like he's going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even cut.
Touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Dylan
That's why he's got.
Back here at Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School in West Orange, New Jersey. Less than 2 minutes away from kickoff here between the Seton Hall Prep Pirates and the West Orange Mountaineers. Kevin Connolly, Ryan Lowy with you here from West Orange. Ryan, should be a good one. West Orange trying to knock off the top-ranked Pirates. West Orange 8th in the NJ.com top 20. Seton Hall still holding firm to that number 1 ranking.
You know, Kevin, what's really interesting about this top 20 rankings is that every week teams surprise us. Seton Hall Prep has yet to surprise us. They've held the number 1 spot all year. I believe there's been 3 or 4 rankings so far since the preseason rankings, and they've just held that number 1 spot. Even with that loss versus Woodstock Academy, an out-of-state opponent, they've still held that number 1 spot. You know, there's a question about their national ranking position, but not their state ranking position, because they are, as you said earlier, 30-0-1 since their most recent loss versus the West Orange Mountaineers, who they're standing aside from at the middle, getting ready to play 80 minutes of soccer against. And I want to remind everybody that this is not a game where we'd see a shootout, but we would see 2 10-minute intervals of overtime golden goal.
Yeah, Seton Hall's last loss against a New Jersey team came back on October 21st, 2020, and a game very similar to this. It was under the lights here at Lincoln Field. West Orange knocked them off 1-0 in that one. And Ryan, as you mentioned, Seton Hall is 30-0-1 since that game against New Jersey competition. And a lot of those games have been shutouts as well. It's just been a dominant run for head coach Marty Berman and this Seton Hall Prep side. 2 teams met twice last year. It was in the span of 4 days. First was in the Essex County Tournament Championship game, a 2-0 victory for Seton Hall, and then 4 days later they met in their regular season matchup, a 1-0 victory for Seton Hall, in that one as well. So both teams just got the ground rules from our 3-man officiating crew here tonight. Now the captains meeting at midfield to go over the ground rules, and we're just about set to get this one underway between Seton Hall and West Orange.
You know, Kevin, one thing I want to mention as well is that Seton Hall might have a different mindset coming into this game. They thought this was a 4 o'clock scheduled game. So we'll see how that changes it tonight. But, you know, this is going to be a very good contest. It's under the lights. That's one of the benefits of, you know, a great game like this, where it's 2 teams from the same town in the top 10 playing under the lights at a 7 p.m. start time on a Wednesday night. Big attendance. You know, we're crammed into, you know, essentially a parent section right next to a student section. So it's going to be very loud. And I'm sure Seton Hall Prep is also starting to fill up their section as well. This should be a great one on the field and off the field.
Yeah, crowd still filing in here for this one. Seton Hall Prep will wear white on the road. West Orange will wear their home blue uniforms here tonight. The lights are on, the crowd is filing in, and we're just about set to go here between West Orange and Seton Hall Prep. Take one more look at the starting 11 for tonight's game. First for the visiting Pirates, led by their goalkeeper, Aiden Donovan.
Kevin, this is a very good lineup from all the way out. We do know that Marty Berman brings one of the best teams. And as I said earlier, though, you really do want to keep an eye on junior Eddie Krupski. Krupski, even, you know, when he's been limping around due to some minor injuries, has been the best soccer player possibly in Essex County.
Yeah, he's definitely not even Essex County in the state. Now you flip over to the West Orange side. Their starting 11, led by their keeper, Justin Scavala.
Just like what I said about Krupski, you can say the same thing about Arthur Rosu, also a junior, also probably one of the best players, not just in Essex County, but in the state of New Jersey. But instead of up top in the back.
So let's get this one underway. West Orange in blue, Seton Hall Prep in white. Time for talk is over. And it's finally time to play some soccer here between the Pirates and the Mountaineers.
You know, Kevin, and, while Seton Hall Prep's in their huddle and we have a bit of time, I would just like to say that we're going to talk about this later on, but just, all of Super Essex Conference soccer this year has been quite different from previous years in the fact where at this point in time, we still have pretty much no clue what the top 4 seeds are going to look like in the county tournament in about a little less than a month's time when it kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, you still have kind of your 4 top dogs, if you want to call them, in Essex County this year. Seton Hall, West Orange, Montclair, Newark Eastside, still unbeaten. Get a chance to see Eastside upcoming a couple of times next week, most recently Saturday. That's West Orange's next opponent. They go on the road on Saturday to play Eastside in Newark. Catch that game live right here on D1 Media Pro, and then later in the week, Seton Hall take the trip out to Newark to play them. Seton Hall has broken their huddle. Eden Donovan in his goal, Justin Scavala in his goal for West Orange. And let's get this one underway. First possession will go to the Pirates of Seton Hall Prep. Again, the Pirates wear white. West Orange wears blue. Referees make sure everyone's ready and the clock's underway, and we're off and running. First touch goes to Eddie Krupski to Joaquin Nehinke, and Seton Hall will look to progress forward. That's Luca Chericello trying to play on the midfield. Goes off the head on the near side of Jared Charles. Seton Hall throw in. Chericello tries to give a touch. Morgan will play it out. And another throw-in upcoming for the Pirates.
Kevin, an oddball comment. We're very happy to have our normal scoreboard back in fruition today.
Yesterday, the software update finally came about here on the NFHS network. We had a couple of weeks where the software and our soccer score bug, as we have a whistle and it's going to be a foul on Seton Hall inside the box. West Orange will have a free kick. There was a major bug with the clock on our scoreboard and our soccer graphics, where if you would play the clock, then the
system would just crash.
The system, the producer, would just absolutely crash. And I'll tell you, on opening day, it caused us a lot of confusion. Couldn't figure out what was going wrong. But once we realized the problem, notified it to the higher ups at the NFHS network, and they were able to get a problem fixed, so we don't have to run a football scoreboard anymore here for soccer matches. We're back to our regular program soccer scoreboard, as Seton Hall trying to get the first shot on goal as that one comes into Scavala, and he'll pick it up with 2 hands off the turf and get set to punt away.
Kevin, I'd like to say how fitting this is the game where we get the scoreboard back. It's such an intense one. Battle for West Orange. We're going to see who's best, and I think we know if there's any team to take down Seton Hall in this miraculous run, it's going to be the team that took them down 2 years ago. That's going to be the West Orange Mountaineers. So we'll see. Still, a lot to play.
Yeah, talk about that 30-0-1 record for Seton Hall against New Jersey teams since that loss, as there's a cross trying to get it into Bashkoff, turned aside, back out to the top of the box. Andrada trying to track it down. He can't. Marcus Brozon beats him to the ball. The one tie for Seton Hall since that October 21st, 2020 game came against Montclair. They drew 1-1 last year against the Mounties. So throw in for Seton Hall here on the near side. Try to work into Krupski. Try and leave a give and go to him right back at the top. And it gets cleared down the length of the field.
Kevin, this is what we're talking about in terms of control for Seton Hall Prep in the back. This is where they really build up their dominance.
Come on, let's go. Who's on it? Don't sit back.
Played across, Bat and Johnny. Back for Bauer. Ryan, anticipate maybe a feeling out period here in this one early on. I mean, talking about 2 of the most sound teams defensively in the state.
Kevin, these teams are made to essentially, dislike each other on the playing field. The coach of West Orange played for Seton Hall Prep, so we'll see how that shows.
Well, there's an early shot. Scavala comes up with the stop and jumps on it. So Scavala gets the first test, and he passes with flying colors, keeping Seton Hall off the scoreboard. Dangerous strike on that far side.
Come on, Poppy! Big one! There you go!
Off the head there of Jack Devoren. Oladapo seeing how to play.
You know, Kevin, as I was saying earlier, one thing to mention too is that in more description, Doug Nevins, the head coach of West Orange, it's his 23rd year. He's been coaching there since 2000. You know, he played himself for Marty Berman, and he said Marty really taught him his style of play. He played 2 years for Marty since his move to Philadelphia, and his recorded records are very phenomenal with the program. His junior year is 16-3-3, and then 15-4-2.
Both these coaches staples here in Essex County. Up the near side, Karan Shohan, able to keep it in play. Shohan with a stutter step, gets into the box. Shohan sends one in towards goal, comes back out towards the top. Chiricello had a foot on it. Instead, it's played out to the far side to Oladapo. Oladapo tries to play a ball through. Jackson got a foot on it, and it's sent out to the far side. Pat and Johnny will keep it in play for Seton Hall Prep.
Speaking of Seton Hall Prep, their football team played a great one versus Irvington. They reigned supreme in Essex County for football. Let's see if they can stay in that terms of the soccer borough.
Pirates, Friday night, take the trip down the shore to play Red Bank Catholic. Seton Hall's soccer team also back in action Friday, 4 o'clock start. You can catch that game live right here on D1 Media Pro.
Now, Kevin, Coach Nevins was telling me his toughest stretch of the schedule is this week for his program.
Yeah, you look at matchup here against Seton Hall on Saturday. They go to Eastside, so they've already defeated Montclair in a really exciting match, 1-0 last week. So this West Orange team measuring themselves up against the best here in Essex County over these past 2 weeks. Head coach Doug Nevins knows that he's going to prepare his team for the county tournament coming up in a couple weeks' time.
It's going to be a very exciting tournament, Kevin. A lot of oddballs, a lot of seeding to be done. As you said, we have a Power 4 that's very strong, but we also have Millburn sneaking in there, Columbia, even Newark Academy. The Liberty Division's bringing a lot to the table this year in terms of the strength of Essex County.
Yeah, you mentioned Millburn. Millburn gets a crack at Seton Hall on Friday. That's West Orange's one loss, came against Millburn. Look at Columbia. I mean, just a historic comeback for Seton Hall in that game where Columbia would have upset Seton Hall. They gave up 2 goals in the final 100 seconds as Seton Hall forced overtime. And then eventually, 48 seconds into that overtime session, they're able to come away with the 3-2 victory and just one of the greatest comebacks you'll probably ever see at the New Jersey high school soccer level.
Who else to spearhead it but Nihenke and Krupski too, Kevin?
Yep.
Krupski, I believe, was limping a little bit on that right foot.
Yeah, but Krupski got both goals at the end of regulation to come away with sent it into overtime, and then it was Shohan who got the game winner in the overtime session.
And, you know, it's Eddie Krupski who's obviously leading this team on the junior front in terms of goals and, you know, anticipated to be the strongest player up top for the team. I think he takes after a little bit as a first-year varsity player, David Schuster, who's currently playing at U Chicago, who also played for Seton Hall Prep, and U Chicago, the #1 Division III program right now.
Get on it!
Seton Hall has had more of the time of possession here early on. They've had a couple of strong chances. Scavala's come up with both stops. Baskoff trying to counter. Gower shields him away with the ball. And Ryan, something for Seton Hall is they're so comfortable playing on their back line, especially to their keeper, Aiden Donovan.
That's what I was saying earlier, Kevin, and my keys to your game, if you recall, is that they can control the ball better than any team from the back up. And their shots from Krupski and Nihenke, they're almost like bullets.
They'll wear you down, they'll break you down. And if you let your guard down for just a second, they'll strike. And they'll strike early and often. Mendez, nice sliding tackle made there by Arthur Rosu. It'll be a Seton Hall throw-in.
Arthur Rosu, a 2-sport athlete for West Orange. He's looking forward to the wrestling season over the winter.
Another throw-in upcoming for the Pirates.
So, you know, Kevin, this is something I think we should highlight later in the broadcast, but I'm very excited to see what you think the Essex County...
One curves in towards goal on the back post. Scavala makes the stop.
The Essex County standings are going to be come time for the county tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be certainly interesting to keep your eye on this week. We're going to have a lot to say about it. It feels like Seton Hall is destined for that top seed, but 2 through 4 are certainly up for grabs. And again, Eastside's going to have their chance to be that #1 seed with a couple of victories this week. Still unbeaten on the year, 7-0. Talked about how they have their chance against West Orange on Saturday and Seton Hall next week.
And please contradict my opinion, Kevin, but I do feel like if Seton Hall isn't able to pull out of this one, North East Side with a victory versus West Orange can make a heavy key for that #1 spot that Seton Hall Prep's destined for.
Yeah, absolutely. Mason Bashkoff trying to split through a couple of defenders. Devorin the cross, trying to find Andrada. Charles on the near side. Charles trying to work through the legs there of Bauer. Bauer sends out near side. Morgan will let it go out of play and throw in.
Kevin, I really think one thing special about this game is I really think this is the one sport where West Orange and Seton Hall Prep can really match so tightly.
Yeah, you would think so. First substitution of the game, Noah Wadi comes in. Marcus Jackson checks out. Jackson had the game-winning goal against Montclair last week. It'll be a throw-in for West Orange, right along the near side flag.
This is one of those plays where I'm seeing as he trots over right now, it's like Arthur Rosu will be handed the ball to make the throw-in.
Yeah,
Quite dangerous.
Morgan flips to Rosu. He's got a strong arm. He'll get set to showcase it. So Rosu lining everybody up, steps up to the line, throws in towards goal, towards the back post, off a head, they score! West Orange strikes first off a header. Jack Devorin connects for the Mountaineers, and they lead 10.5 minutes in.
This is why you give Arthur Rosu the ball on the throw-in, because everybody knows where it's going to go when you're practicing with a player like that with the throw-ins, and everybody knows where to put it because they've been studying this game a lot. There's footage on both teams, and they knew what to do with it.
So Devorin, the goal, West Orange, the lead. 29.5 remaining here in half one. And the Mountaineers have struck first against Seton Hall. Pirates looking to counter. Mendez trying to play through to Krupke. One touch back to Chiricello. Shot attempt, blocked down in front. Pirates wanted a handball. They're on Andrada. Back to Brozon. Towards the middle, Chiricello whiffs on a pass. Comes back out to the top line for Battenjani.
Let's get it! All right! Big kick, big kick!
There you go.
West Orange connecting on a set piece off a deep throw-in from Arthur Rosu, Jack Devorin. The goal for the Mountaineers. And they're trying to keep their foot on the gas here against top-ranked Seton Hall. Charles tries to cut back to the middle. And we're going to whistle. That's going to be a foul there on Jared Charles as Brozon down to the turf. And a free kick for Seton Hall.
Kevin, this place just erupted off of the goal. West Orange was that one team 2 years ago to take down Seton Hall Prep in their near-perfect season. Last year, a perfect season. They took down West Orange twice last year. They outscored them 3-0 to win a county title. So this means a lot.
And they have an early lead to show for it here on their home turf as the crowd continues to file in.
You know, Kevin, this game's so exciting. I think there's really only one game that I think matches this one. The Yankee game, in which we're trying to see if Aaron Judge can crack that 61.
Just under 28 minutes remaining here in half number one. West Orange a one-goal lead.
West Orange, stay tough! Stay tough, get your foot in there!
Kevin, here's where we're seeing that back line formulate again. If you take a look at Eddie Krupski, number 9, he makes those filthy runs in the middle that are very hard to follow from the defensive standpoint.
Good one!
Chiricello plays back to Battenjani. Seton Hall has dominated early on the time of possession category.
Good job, West Orange!
But West Orange up on the scoreboard.
That's it, stay with up, pressure!
Seton Hall Hall continuing to try and break down the Seton Hall defense. It comes in towards goal. Scavala will play it on a bounce.
That's it, you block it, baby. After you do your job, honey, you do it really well.
Just a reminder to tune in this Friday. I'll be on the call, joined by Zach Swibel for some West Orange football versus Bayonne. Bayonne 3-4, West Orange 3-1. It's the return of Amir Stewart, the starting quarterback for the Mountaineers. Tune in 7 p.m. kickoff, 6:45 coverage, D1 Media Pro page, and FHS Network.
Far side, out of play. A couple of substitutions, a trio of substitutions actually coming on for the Mountaineers ahead of their throw-in. West Orange girls soccer team also back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock, hosting Montclair Kimberly Academy. You can catch it live right here on D1 Media Pro. West Orange throws in right in front of the Seton Hall bench.
Who's got that? Who's there? Yeah, baby, big
Jackson got a knee on it. Chiricello takes it away. Krupski, nice use of the body there to win the ball. Eddie Krupski gets hounded and works back to the middle of the field. Krupski, a touchback, Nahenke.
That's it, Jack. Way to get back, Jack.
Nahenke out to the near side, unable to corral the pass was Karan Shohan, and a goal kick for West Orange.
That one speared perfectly by Nahenke right there. So another thing for West Orange, too, is that they're not afraid to use the long ball.
So Scavala set for the goal kick for West Orange.
Come on, West Orange!
Over 25 minutes left to go here in the first half, and the Mountaineers have a 1-goal lead.
All right, Marcus!
Let's go, boys!
Yes!
The goal scorer, Devorin,
Nice and easy!
Make him work.
drops back for Jordan Turnbull,
Good job!
who just checked in at that last whistle. That'll be a throw-in for the Mountaineers.
All right, let's go, Mace!
Down to Bashkoff. Got a touch. Trying to turn the corner. Gets shielded off there by Battenjohnny. Battenjohnny now trying to twist and turn. Find some space. Looks to clear out. Chiricello.
Pressure up.
Good job!
Krupski a touch. Far side. There goes Lucas Mendez. Mendez the cross. Nobody there. West Orange will clear out. Nice job there by Edwin Ariza. So Ariaza on the clear out. Back past midfield, where Bauer plays across for Battenjohnny at center. Oladapo, Chiricello, nice move, trying to find Oladapo on that far side. Got Capo Chichi right alongside him as the two battle along the far side flag. First corner of the game. No, check that. It'll be a throw-in. It'll be a throw-in right next to that near side flag for Seton Hall.
You know what? I'm gonna simmer it down.
So it'll be a far flag throw-in for Seton Hall. Comes to Nahenke. Nahenke towards goal wide of the far post. .23:35 left to go here in the first half.
A lot of good games going on recently, just, for all soccer in the state to shake up that top 20. But I do think some teams that are also challenging Seton Hall Prep, side West Orange. I mean, Elizabeth was challenging. A lot of teams got in the way. Kearney got in the way. Eastside getting in the way. That top 10 rankings just really shaking.
Yeah, Eastside, big win over Elizabeth last week. Try and pride themselves into the top 20.
Yeah, I also want to mention, too, Scotch Plains Fanwood with the big 1-0 win versus defending Union County champions Westfield on Thursday at Red Bull Arena. It's another big game that shook up the rankings. Westfield in the top 10.
Come on, big one.
Out to midfield. Battenjohnny streaks into play.
Gotta get your foot in there, boy.
Will comfortably play back to Oladapo. West Orange looking to pull off the upset on their home turf here against Seton Hall. A long way to go. Not even at the midway point here of this first half. Near side on the cross. Pirates able to keep it in play. Played back towards the top of the box. Trying to control there was Shohan, but a whistle. And Seton Hall is offside.
Seton Hall Prep, just like West Orange, showing their dominance of Essex County soccer. They beat some teams out of county pretty heavily. Took down Voorhees about the hour trip 3-0. And Woodstock Academy, they put up a good fight against an out-of-state opponent. So, you know, it really shows how dominant Essex County is. And then the other side, West Orange also doing the same feat themselves. You know, they've played all Essex County soccer coming up, but, you know, soon they're going to see Linden and Memorial. Last year they took down Memorial 9-0.
Memorial undefeated down in Hudson County, one of the surprise teams so far of this season.
Yeah, that's right. Ferris also making a huge season as well. 4-3 start. Last year the team was only able to pick up around 5 wins total.
Turnbull trying to win the possession for West Orange. Instead, it's Wiley Ong on it there for Seton Hall.
Get back this way, that's it.
Towards the far flag, the cross deflected. Shohan got a head on it. Krupski trying to battle for it. There's a shot, blocked down in front. We get a whistle. Is it a handball on West Orange? I believe it is.
Hankey's putting it down. He wants a PK.
It's a handball called on the Mountaineers. A PK for Seton Hall. A chance to equalize with just over 21 minutes left to go here in the first half. It'll be Joaquin Nahenke against Justin Scavala.
Let's go. Let's go. You got this, Puppy. All right, Puppy, you got this.
Nahenke ready, Scavala ready. A chance to equalize for the Pirates. Nahenke ready, and Nahenke scores. So off the PK on the handball in the box, Seton Hall equalizes from Joaquin Nahenke.
That's Nahenke's 6th goal of the season, Kevin. To notch this one up, he was a player to watch for a reason. Look at him pick it on up and put it in off the PK.
So even at a goal apiece between Seton Hall and West Orange.
Get it back, Blue!
Off the Joaquin Nahenke PK. 21:02 left to go here in this first half. And I don't know if we were expecting this many goals this early here between these two teams. So sound defensively, and at least for Seton Hall, they don't give up 2 goals very often.
Last year, the scores between these two games were 1-0 and 2-0. We're already seeing 2 goals, 1 from each side. 2 years ago, the score was 1-0. That goal coming in extra time. So it's very impressive to see both teams notch the scoreline this quickly.
The last time Seton Hall Prep gave up more than 1 goal in a game to a New Jersey-based team was in the 2019 season when they picked up a 5-3 win over Pingree in the NJSIAA North Jersey non-public championship game. Now, they did give up 3 goals to Woodstock Academy earlier this season, but the last time the Pirates conceded more than 1 goal to a New Jersey-based team, you got to go all the way back to November 7th, 2019. So West Orange, obviously, with their work cut out for them here tonight with under 20 minutes left to go in the first half. That one comes into the box as well. Cleared out by West Orange. Devorin sends out to the midfield.
Kevin, both these teams saw a very strong start to the season, specifically Seton Hall Prep. They won 3-0, 3-0, then 7-0. They outscored opponents 14-0 to get their first week of the season started, Kevin. So they had a particularly solid start. However, they haven't played their toughest competition until recently. I think Woodstock really put the kick in the barrel for them.
Yeah, they responded with a thrashing of Cedar Grove after that one. They've won 2 matches in a row since that loss to Woodstock Academy. Able to defeat Cedar Grove, and then last Friday night on the road, picked up a victory against Livingston.
You know, I think Seton Hall Prep, you know, they're one to say, too, that it's been quite the unique experience for away games for them. You know, they just didn't really see themselves the same on that new Underhill turf. And, you know, to be fair, they can be saying that because Millburn can say the same thing. They lost 4-0. Many said they were playing like they lost 8-0. Kevin, you were there on hand. How crazy was the crowd at that game at Underhill?
It was a sight to see. Seton Hall trailing by 2 goals with less than 2 minutes to go. Eddie Krupski battling some cramping, some injuries during that game. Comes back in, scores 2 goals in less than 90 seconds to send it to overtime for Seton Hall. And then 48 seconds into the first overtime, Karan Shohan gives the Pirates the game winner. Joaquin Nahenke ties this one up on a PK. 21 minutes remaining. Now we have under 18 left to play here in this first half. Charles on the breakup. Bauer back down for Charles. Charles trying to win it. Good hustle there by Maxwell Williams. Recently checked in. We got a whistle and a foul called on the Pirates. It'll set up a West Orange free kick. About 10 yards, 15 yards outside the box.
Kevin, this is where they sneak Arthur Rosso into the box. He leads West Orange in headers.
It'll be Cameron Morgan right here on the near side. So Morgan patiently waiting. He's ready. Morgan sends it away towards the back post. It's a bit high. Aiden Donovan rises up above everybody else to reel it in and turn the West Orange threat aside. Far side, Bat and Johnny back to Bauer. Chiricello. Williams with nowhere to go. He has to go back for Bauer.
That's it. Come on, get your foot in there, puppy.
Playing the ball through. Capo Chichi fans on the clearance attempt. In towards goal. Skavala able to stick his hand up and make the save on the Luke Warjenka shot.
Justin Skavala, Kevin, has written his name all over West Orange success so far these two past years. As I said last year, he had 103 saves. That's his 3rd save on the night already. That's totaling 43 saves for him.
Bauer
Come on, Marcus. Yeah.
off the head of Marcus Jackson.
Nice one. Don't lose it, West Orange.
Seton Hall so patient in their attack. Try to play a ball through. Skavala calls everybody off and plays it on a hop. A goal apiece here between West Orange and Seton Hall. Charles can't come down with that one. Pirates will throw it.
Let's get on it. Yeah.
Off the throw-in over the head of Krupski. Jackson back down the other way. It'll be a race to it. The sideline should win the race to the ball as Seton Hall throws in once more.
Kevin, we're going to see, and I believe, if I'm correct, this weekend at St. Anthony's of Long Island, a competition between the Seton Hall Prep Pirates and, of course, a fun one. They'll be taking on, I believe, St. Anthony's at Pingree. Am I right?
No, I think that's next week.
That's next week.
Bashkov trying to work through a couple of defenders, sent back out towards the middle. Krupski looking to find Warjenka. Warjenka gets by the defense. Warjenka into the box, sends one in. Luke Warjenka gives Seton Hall a 2-1 lead. Warjenka gets by the defense of Richard Capo Chichi, and Seton Hall scores 2 in a row to erase a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 advantage.
That's a shaker. Look at how the tables have turned, Kevin. Warjenka took a very strong touch forward. It was a risky touch, but he saw that Rosu was on the other side of the field, took advantage, and powered through.
Was able to sneak by Capo Chichi and beat Skavala, and it's a 2-1 lead for Seton Hall with 14 minutes left to play in the first half.
And actually himself, Skavala was actually in no man's land there. He started to come out and then reverted back. Nothing he could have done.
Warjanka snuck it in right on the far side post. West Orange trailing for the first time tonight. Charles wins the corner for the Mountaineers. It'll be Jack Devoren, the goal scorer for West Orange. He'll attempt the corner right on the near side flag. West Orange looking for the equalizer. Devoren ready, up in the air, even with the crossbar. First head on it goes Nahenki. Out to Andrada. Andrada trying to find Rosu. Broken up there by Chiricello. All the way back for Jacob Castillo. West Orange will throw it. Under 13 minutes remaining here in half one. In the midfield they go. Warjanka far side, trying to track it down. Castillo right alongside of him. Comes out of play. Last touch, Seton Hall.
Kevin, it's going to be an interesting halftime conversation that's due in 12 and a half minutes between the two coaches and their team, because it's really just been back and forth soccer. I think possession-wise, it's really been quite close. I think maybe you give it to Seton Hall, but just barely.
Yes, get it down.
12 minutes remain here in half one. Seton Hall 2 unanswered after the early West Orange goal scored by Jack Devoren. It'll be a free kick for the Pirates.
Put your foot in there, West
Nahenki
Orange.
back to the near side for Williams. Knocked out of play. Seton Hall to throw in.
Quick substitution on the Pirates side. Both teams trying to keep that top 11 guys on the field for as long as possible, but we're seeing a quick substitution for Seton Hall, some fresh legs.
Off the throw-in, Skavala able to come up with the stop, and he's going to have to keep this game at just a goal differential. West Orange. Under 11 minutes remain here in half one.
Let's go, boys. We got this right here. That's it. We got
Morgan
it.
throws in, tried to play off his back foot. There was Evan Copps. Played towards the middle. West Orange trying to get a foot on it. It's Devoren, plays back to Copps. Across, cleared out near side. West Orange will throw in. Morgan again off the throw-in. Off the head of Copps, and West Orange wins the corner.
This is where you keep an eye on the big number 4 entering your screen. That's Arthur Rosu. He's going to be the big guy when it comes to these play opportunities.
So it's a corner for West Orange. Off the corner towards the back post. Comes off ahead, comes out to the near side. Rosu will track it down. Rosu back out to the near side. Tries to split through a couple of defenders. Williams able to poke it away. Played back to Bauer. Chipped up for Charles. Plays it right back in, but streaking out of nowhere. Peter Battenjohnny to send all the way past midfield. Out of play, far side. And a throw-in.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. You got this, West Orange.
9 left to play here in the first half. Seton Hall leads by a goal. High-scoring affair. Kevin Connolly, Ryan Lowy with you. Here from Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School. Joaquin Nahenke on a PK. Luke Warjenka, a couple minutes later, erased a Jack DeVore in goal. Morgan chips out of play, and the Pirates will throw in. Near side on the throw-in, strong strike there from Krupski. Goes out of play on the far side.
Krupski probably has the strongest shot that I've probably seen in this area. Eddie Krupski absolutely powers the ball through. He definitely leads the county in a lot of feats, but particularly Krupski has 8 goals on the season, including having scored in every competition. Notably, Krupski yet to score yet today in this goal-scoring extravaganza. We've seen 3 in already in the first half.
Skavala comes out, plays it on a hop.
Kevin, I think the most interesting thing is that this is a rematch of last year's Essex County final down at Belleville.
Right, that's a big one. Who's there, boys? Who's
The punt from Skavala out past midfield. Bashkoff trying to play it. Played through a couple of bodies, sent down the near side. Charles gives chase. Bauer sends out. That'll be a throw-in for West Orange.
It's a tough pass there by Nahenke. He might just be starting something up for West Orange. We'll have to keep an eye on the big throw, and they're not going to give this one to Arthur, interestingly. Definitely keeping an eye on it, though.
It'll be Cameron Morgan once again. Morgan on the throw. Andrada trying to get a foot on it. It gets cleared out. Krupski, the touch to Warjenka again. Pirates on the counter. This is how they gave their go-ahead goal. Rosu tracks that one down, sends out to the far side. Out of play, and a Seton Hall throw-in. Krupski will come out for a quick breather. 6:35 to go before halftime. Daniel Ariza comes in to replace him. Oladapo there, patient. Touch on the far side, another throw-in.
Wonderful weather tonight. We're feeling mid-60s as we're moving into the fall.
Cross towards the box, trying to set up on the near side. Comes out. Pirates will control and send to the back. Brozon on it there, knocked away. West Orange goal kick.
Come on, West Orange, keep up the hustle!
Only about 5 minutes left to go in this first half, Kevin, but it's really interesting to see where the possession has really held strong this game. I would have to give it a Seton Hall Prep, but just barely. It's really been back and forth.
Skavala goal kick out to the near side. Played short. That's going to be a foul on Seton Hall. Brozon trying to go over the back of Charles to win it.
Looks like Skavala just shanked that goal kick a little bit. He's going to start to move up now outside of his 18.
It'll be a free kick for Morgan right on the near side at midfield.
Let's get it!
Morgan ready. It's a line drive. Over the head of Andrada. Warjenka got his head on it first. Out to Capo Chichi, who boots it downfield. Bashkoff trying to eye it down. Alongside Castillo. Castillo able to win it, and it gets cleared out away from the foot of Bashkoff. Out to midfield with Warjenka. Warjenka takes a look at the clock. 4:35 left to go here in the first half. Chiricello. Nahenke. A touch through right back to Chiricello. Still in possession is Chiricello at the top corner of the box. Tries to turn the corner. There's a cross. Nobody on the near side. It'll go out of play, and it'll be a West Orange throw-in.
All right, let's go, West Orange!
This crowd staying very loud throughout the entirety of the first half, Kevin. You're hearing them just about every play, cheering on Skavala. Nonetheless, Cavallo giving up 2 goals a lot. He's given up in just a half of play. He's really playing phenomenally. He's had at least 4 or 5 clean saves to keep this game within reach. You saw his first save of the game, Kevin. It was just phenomenal.
Seton Hall's been able to get 2 by him. That one comes right towards us here in the bleachers. Ricochets off the handrail, and West Orange will throw in. Morgan, the throw in. Off the head of Devorin. It's played back down the length of the field, and it'll be a race to it. Rosu able to shield away Ariza away from the ball. Capo Chichi plays to Andrada at midfield. Charles out of play, and the Pirates throw in.
Quick substitution now for Seton Hall Prep.
Karan Shohan back in. Luca Chiricello comes out. 2-1, Seton Hall Prep leads. After Jack Devorin's opening goal for West Orange, Joaquin Nahenke on the PK, Luke Warjenka a few minutes later to give the Pirates the lead. It'll be a free kick for West Orange, under 2.5 to play. Rosu, ready on the free kick, out to the top of the box. Blocked down there by Wadi. Castillo looking to turn the corner. Castillo goes down on the play. They'll say he touched it last, no foul called, and a goal kick for Seton Hall.
And this is what you like to see, too, when it comes to a successful soccer program, is they don't really necessarily bomb the ball away on their goal kicks from the 6. They like to use that as an opportunity and a tool to work the ball up the field instead of just bomb it away and clear it.
Pirates trying to kill off 95 seconds here to take a 1-goal lead into the halftime break. Matt and Johnny up ahead to Shohan. Back for Bauer. Across Baton Johnny. 60 seconds to play here in the first half. Rosu down the length of the field. Devorin giving chase. Played into Donovan. Off the head of Baton Johnny.
Last couple seconds of the first half. We're going to see how the momentum swings. It really has been hard to determine who has the momentum coming into the next half, because although Seton Hall Prep holds the lead, one of it was off of a PK and a handball. Can't really work off of that too heavily. And not only that, but West Orange has been putting on the pressure. The ball has been on the right side of the field for most of this game.
Seton Hall leads 2-1 with under 30 seconds to play here in the first half. And again, Pirates very patient on with their attack. And West Orange also looks content on taking a look at the clock and letting these 15 seconds tick away. It'll be a 2-1 Seton Hall Prep lead as we go into halftime. Jack Devorin, the early goal for West Orange to put them on top. Joaquin Nahenke able to even things up on a PK, and Luke Warjenka gave the Pirates the lead with a goal shortly after that PK. We'll go into our halftime break. Seton Hall Prep, 2-1 lead over West Orange. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half right here on D1 Media Pro.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it from Fraser. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKayton touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Volusia wins it. The championship.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. From the moment you become a patient in our practice, our experienced team supports you until your full recovery with education, compassion, and understanding. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite. In conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology, we can not only address the current injury, but also find the underlying cause, such as muscle weakness, imbalance, or improper form. We also offer non-surgical modalities, such as platelet-rich plasma injections, which can lead to an accelerated recovery. To provide efficient and excellent care, personal interactions and individualized attention for each patient is important. We are committed to create a protocol that can eliminate similar injuries in the future. At North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, we are dedicated to providing the highest standard of care and comfort of athletes, including patients with non-related sports injuries. Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Michael Rusinella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
And you go to the air again in there. And that's a touchdown.
That's order. Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side. Caught! Touchdown!
Touchdown,
Nasir Addison on the reception.
yards.
And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Saquon
Right, Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure. He comes up. He throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
Third down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted. Eric Perez with the pick. Can he go to the house? He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's Smothers. And look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's right.
He looked like he's going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even come.
touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Timmons.
That's what he's got.
They snap this lead. They'll run a trick play. They'll throw it along. He catches it. They win! A trick play from St. Peter's Prep wins it in overtime. J.D. Farkas looking to work in. There's a stutter step. He lines up, and we're tied at 3. Camacho with 6. Armstrong the steal, all by himself, take flight, Mark Armstrong! Oh, that's how the third quarter ends, with an exclamation point from the Villanova-bound senior. Last minute of play here in the first period. Marauders walk in at the circle, they'll send one in, they score! Oliver Harag gets the Marauders on the board with 56 seconds left to play in the first period. Walk him here. Payoff pitch is smoked out to left. Rapinski gives Prep a 2-0 lead. He took the payoff pitch and belted it way out of here. The designated hitter stays hot for the Marauders, and Prep's up by 2.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. Specialist Dr. Michael Rosanella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
Thomason, handoff, has room. He's got the first down. He stays on his feet. Thomason dives. Touchdown! First title since 2016. Phillips with numbers 3-on-1. The finish and a 4-point Pirate lead. Pitch is hit in the air, right field. Reed going back on it. He's still back. He's looking up, and it one hopped up against the wall. On his way to score is Harcourt. Heading to third is Sprock. He'll put the brakes on and scamper back to second base. There's a shot and a goal! Charles Giordano to put Seton Hall Prep up 2, and they're 5:37 away. Up by 2. They have a 2-on-1. The puck is jarred free. Mendoza scores! The puck was knocked free right to the stick of Rocco Mendoza, and it's 4-1 Pirates. Glover, 1-on-1 with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. And to the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wiltshire lays it in. Wiltshire to the hole. Simeon Wiltshire starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for 1.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go. At the buzzer, Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
Martin drops back, looks left, throws left. Pass complete.
Second and 8, Raging Bulls. Play action. It's tossed over the middle. Touchdown.
In, crowding the line of scrimmage. Man comes in motion. Minucci turns around, hands to Heath. He's got a first down, a lot more. There goes Ronnie Heath. He's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Don Bosco.
Ball carried by number 5, Ronnie Heath.
He's still running. He's still looking. Oh, that's a beautiful pass, though. Touchdown. Oh, that's a major play right there. That's Jordan Marsh with the concentration. Hey, that was a nice
Shepard. Shepard throwing. He's getting chased out left. Throws it. Oh, 13 catches it.
Welcome back here to Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School in West Orange, New Jersey. Getting set for the start of the second half between Seton Hall Prep and West Orange. Kevin Connolly, Ryan Lowy with you here. 2-1 lead for the Pirates after West Orange broke through first thanks to Jack DeVoren. It's been all Seton Hall Prep since.
Kevin, it's been quite the game so far. Not exactly what I expected on the goal scoring scale. I thought it was going to be more of a defensively figured game, which it has been, but 3 goals snuck in past Skavala and Donovan. Very surprising as they just switched sides.
Joaquin Nahenke, the goal for Seton Hall, alongside Luke Warjenka as well. Nahenke, the tying goal, and Warjenka had the go-ahead goal. And off we go here in this second half. Top 10 matchup here in the state of New Jersey. Pirates 6-1, New Jersey's top-ranked team. Mountaineers also 6-1, the 8th-ranked team in the state. Bashkov down the far side. Bauer hounding him there. There's a cross cleared out by Seton Hall. Lucas Andrada, strong foot on that one. Back out to the top at midfield. Lucas Mendez gets it there. West Orange wanted a handball. They don't get it. Here comes the counter from Seton Hall. Mendez has Krupski and Jackson right alongside him. That one might have been deflected. Comes out, and it will go. Let's see which way they rule it.
That might be a throw-in, Kevin.
Yeah, it's going to be a throw-in for West Orange. So they say Seton Hall had the last touch. That's a bad break for West Orange. Might have had a goal kick had that gone on the opposite side of the flag.
Kevin, how many soccer games have you been to where you've seen a packed house like this?
Not many this year, I'll tell you that much. Mostly reserved for postseason, but the crowd has come out in full force here for this highly anticipated matchup between Seton Hall Prep and West Orange. We approach the midway point of this regular season here in 2022. Essex County foes, Essex County tournament starting up in a couple of weeks. Seton Hall throw in. Pirates, if you're just joining us, wear white. West Orange wears blue.
Kevin, as you said, same town, similar colors. These are two programs that have hated each other since the beginning, but just love playing each other to such an exciting one. Similar styles of play, similar formation. Coaches know each other very well.
Just underway here in this second half. All 3 goals scored in the first half.
That's it, boys. That's it. Let's go.
West Orange scored early with Jack DeVore, and Bashkov has room. Bashkov trying to send a centering pass to Marcus Jackson. Gets broken up. Trying to find him right in the middle of the box. Out to Andrada. Devorin lost his footing. Back to his feet as Andrada takes it away.
All day, move all day. I'm playing against Christian Academy tomorrow.
Charles sneaks one through. Nobody there, though, for West Orange. Back in towards goal. Jackson gives it a run. Outplayed to the far side for Bauer. Morgan shielded off there by Mendez. Charles right back on it. Tries to sneak one through to Bashkov. It'll be a race to the ball. The end line to win it. It's a goal kick for Seton Hall. 2-1 Prep here against West Orange. New Jersey soccer game of the week here on the National Federation of High School Sports.
Kevin, this game could be up there for a classic if we see an upset. But not only could it be up there for a classic, even if Seton Hall Prep wins, this is going to be one of their toughest rides of the season.
I don't know if Seton Hall's going to have much tougher than their comeback against Columbia a couple of weeks ago.
Or their date with Eastside, Kevin.
Yeah, that's up next week. But that game against Columbia, they were trailing by a pair with less than 100 seconds to play. Eddie Krupski scores 2 to send it into overtime. Karan Shohan, 48 seconds into overtime, wins it for Seton Hall as Aiden Donovan comes out and makes the stop.
Richard.
Rosu Sends it back into the field to play. Hinfey is there, one of his first touches tonight. Haven't called his name much often at all. One of the senior captains on this West Orange side.
See West Orange putting on more pressure here in the second half, Kevin. The legs are fresh. They're ready to go.
Andrada has it in the middle of the field. Devorin trying to play one through. The touch to Charles from Bashkoff. Charles collects himself, sends the cross to the near side. That one gets chipped back towards the middle and cleared out. That was Jacob Castillo trying to fight one through. Skavala called out by Rosu, and he'll get set to punt away. West Orange squad, along with Seton Hall, mixed with a lot of juniors and seniors. A couple of underclassmen on the field, especially for this West Orange side. Marcus Jackson, who had that game-winning goal against Montclair, just a freshman. Look at Lucas Andrada in the midfield, only a sophomore.
To accompany Marcus Jackson, Kevin, as we were talking to Doug about, and of course alongside Seton Hall every year, these have two of the best sub-varsity programs in the area.
JV squads met up here at Lincoln Field at 4 o'clock today. Seton Hall came away with a 1-0 victory in that one. It's always cool, especially for this West Orange program, the JV team getting to play here on the big field, that Lincoln Field, instead of behind us on the practice field. That's where they typically play, because normally they play at the same times, those 4 o'clock starts on the boys and girls side. So those JV guys were excited to play here at Lincoln Field, but Seton Hall able to come out with the 1-goal victory.
Yeah, it's a special moment for them. We saw the girls also do it versus Westfield. That was a good game at both the varsity and the JV level. Top soccer from both boys and girls being broadcasted right here on the NFHS Network, Kevin. You really don't want to miss any that we got.
Yeah, West Orange boys and girls level always plays a tough schedule. Nice job there by Capo, Chichi, and Rosu to shield everyone away from the ball and let Skavala come out and field, and now he will punt. Not only Essex County, this West Orange boys and girls team, they play tough schedules out of conference.
West Orange actually yet to play a game out of conference, which is interesting as well.
Yeah, they have a couple of out-of-conference games coming up later in the regular season. Bashkoff stays on it for West Orange. Oh, what a stop! A sprawling save to the right by Donovan. The rebound's put in! West Orange finds the equalizer. Aiden Donovan too aggressive for his own liking, and West Orange has tied it up. Andrew Hinfey finds the equalizer. Mason Bashkoff in on the play as well.
That was quite the play. First of all, Donovan made a brilliant play. He was perfectly positioned, whacked it away, but there's not much he could have done because it was the follow-up run by Andrew Hinfey that really cracked the scoreline, Kevin. It's a 4-goal game to apiece.
Nobody thought we'd have 4 goals here in this one. And we still have 32:40 left, and we are even at 2.
Kevin, you said it yourself. During halftime, you didn't think there was going to be too many more goals coming up. You thought the game was going to stale a little bit.
But West Orange scores. We'll have to check who officially gets the goal. It was Bashkoff and Hinfey. Not sure who touched it last.
I saw Bashkoff, but I'm working off of you. I believe it was also Hinfey too, I guess.
Yeah, they were both near the area. It was put in on the redirect or in off the cross. We'll have to get official confirmation, but it was either one of those two. It was either Hinfey or Bashkoff. I think they're going to credit it to Bashkoff. So Mason Bashkoff grabs the goal, his first of the game, to even this up at 2 apiece. Two, 32 minutes to play here in regulation. Out to the near side, Wiley Ong gives chase. Capo Chichi pokes it away.
Capo Chichi wears number 3 home, number 29 away for West Orange this year. Capo Chichi, a solid outside back for the program, and head coach Nevin speaks very highly of him.
Mendez turns the corner, trying to work in towards the box. West Orange calling for a handball on Seton Hall. They don't get the call. They continue to play on. Chiricello poked aside. Jackson wins it from Oladapo. Marcus Jackson tried to play one through, had it on the wrong side, of Bashkoff.
Jackson, the 6'2 freshman, is absolutely a fierce soccer player. A lot to look forward to for the future of this West Orange team and this Seton Hall team. Marty and Doug know how to run soccer programs like no other.
West Orange now with the momentum here in this one. Back to square one with 31 minutes to play. Bashkoff back on it. Plays down for Charles. Has a step on Bauer. Now slows his run. Sends the cross towards the middle. Jackson looking to get a foot on it. Donovan comes out sprawling to his left side to make the stop. But the dangerous runs have been in favor of the hosting Mountaineers here in this first half. Excuse me, second half.
Kevin, as I was saying earlier, West Orange has really positioned their three offensively closer to the defensive line. They're really pressing that offside core on offense, and not only are they doing that, but that sets them up perfectly when on defense to press heavier.
Try to play a ball through to Oladapo. Rosu will try and shield Oladapo away from the ball. Does a good job at winning the goal kick.
Kevin, I don't know what Doug said to the squad, but they're looking way more alive from the end of that first half, and they're looking ready to score too, because that positioning on the goal was just brilliant off the reaction from the Donovan save.
Under the lights here at Lincoln Field, and it has lived up to the hype thus far. West Orange struck first in the first half. The next two went to Seton Hall, but the Mountaineers have found the equalizer with 32 minutes left to play from Mason Bashkoff.
That's you! That's you!
Rosu caught out of position. Now he'll get back, try and win it back from Mendez. He does, and sends out to midfield for Bashkoff. In-feed downfield, nobody there. They'll wait for Donovan to come out and play, do the Pirates.
That's one thing about Bashkoff too. He has his head on a swivel. He knows how to turn around perfectly with the ball and create plays. And that's something that Krupski does quite simply. He takes some of the fiercest touches on the ball I've ever seen from a high school soccer player in this area. I think Krupski's most dangerous feat might be his scissor kick, Kevin. We've seen him do it quite often.
Chiricello looking for the cross. Got Castile right next to him. Chiricello back out, Oladapo. Oladapo waiting, trying to hook up with Krupski. Instead, it's Shohan. Andrada helps clear out. Out of play. Trio of subs come on for West Orange. They'll try and keep the legs fresh with under a half hour to play here in regulation.
Yeah, that's a Doug Nevins strategy.
That'll be Hinfey, Jackson, and Castillo coming out for West Orange as they'll throw in at midfield. Bashkoff wins the touch. Trying to play to Ariaza. Ariaza near the corner. Can't get a clean cross off. Oladapo looking to break out for Seton Hall.
Looks like the official wants a call. Yeah, it's going to come in.
Yeah, we get the flag that goes up. It'll go back to West Orange.
Kevin, what do you take too? If we can see that crowd in the top right, this place is being swarmed on all angles.
Yeah, packed house here in Lincoln Field. Seton Hall back down the other end, trying to find Ong. Ong gave it a touch, knocked away from Capo Chichi, and a throw.
Kevin, Marty Berman's program really shows to run fierce. They got some guys coming from Wallington, New Jersey, guys out there from Voorhees. Everyone wants to play for Seton Hall soccer.
Oladapo will throw in. Pirates looking to go back on top. off the throw-in. Rosu sends back towards the box. On. Rosu comes out. Nice play there by Arthur Rosu. West Orange tries to counter. Trying to play one through to Bashkoff. Too short there. Charles on the deflection out to the far side. Out of play. Goes to West Orange. Andrada again to Charles. Nice move there by Charles. He has space. Charles, the cross, deflected out. Andrada gets a head on it. Charles right back on it. Gets it knocked away into the West Orange bench, and they'll throw in.
Krupski, Kevin, he's a unique player because the junior, he might not be the fastest on the field. He can move, but he might not be the fastest player on the field, but he always knows where the ball is going to be. He's one of those players that just reads the ball better than any other soccer player I've seen at this level. Again, as I said, he takes after David Schuster, very similar player in every sense. Similar size, similar strength on the ball, similar movement on the ball. Kevin, we remember David Schuster last year in the county tournament, absolutely reeling through it.
Under 25 to play here in regulation. High school rules differ from college rules. First year, college has instituted no overtime. They draw if they're knotted at the end of regulation. High school still has the golden goal, 20-minute overtime split between 10-minute halves. Still a long way to go before we start thinking about that, though. Shohan, a touch. Mendez fires that one over everything.
Right back to where it came from.
Yeah, I was going to say, kicked it so hard off the bricks, came back over the fence and right into Scavala's waiting arms.
That was a rocket, Kevin. As you were saying, Kevin, similar to FIFA rules, no overtime. It's more realistic to the regular season game of soccer. But I actually kind of really like that rule because I really think it adds the extra push to it. However, I don't like it with no shootout. There's no reason to play the extra time if you're not guaranteed a winner.
In towards goal, giving chase, Battenjohn in towards Donovan. Pick up and roll out to the near side. That one deflected with backspin. Atticus Lafargue trying to win it back for West Orange. Was battling Battenjohn there on the near side. And it'll be a throw-in.
Kevin, I think what's funny about these two goalkeepers we're seeing today is that both are working off of phenomenal all-conference, maybe even all-state goalkeepers on some case scenarios. But if you really take a look at the history between these two teams, we have a Ramapo College of New Jersey goalkeeper coming out of West Orange, and on the other side, we have a West Point D1 goalkeeper out of Tomas Hutt 2 years ago.
Marcus Jackson comes back in. West Orange throws in. Last touch, Seton Hall. The Mountaineers will throw. Strong throw in there from Arthur Rosu towards the near end of the field. Another throw in upcoming for West Orange.
Kevin, West Orange, one of those unique teams because, as we remember, you remember Nikolai Matthews 2 years ago, very solid goalkeeper, now playing at RCNJ, but, you know, Scavala settled right in. He had no problem at all. He took the mentorship quite well.
Rosu on the throw-in for West Orange. Towards the middle of the box, Donovan leaps over the top of everybody to make the stop. Donovan rolls out, plays short. Jackson applies pressure. Ariaza as well. Forces a throw-in. Now we got get a whistle. Clock stoppage. Looks like we have an injured Seton Hall player down on the far side. Clock stopped with 21:17 left to play. Not sure who that is. It might be Will Bauer for Seton Hall, and he just went down on the far side. Looks like he's holding his lower leg area. So we'll step aside. Injury timeout on the field. 21:17 left to play here in the second half, and we're knotted at 2 between Seton Hall and West Orange.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. From the moment you become a patient in our practice, our experienced team supports you until your full recovery with education, compassion, and understanding. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite. In conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology, we can not only address the current injury, but also find the underlying cause, such as muscle weakness, imbalance, or improper form. We also offer non-surgical modalities, such as platelet-rich plasma injections, which can lead to an accelerated recovery. To provide efficient and excellent care, personal interactions and individualized attention for each patient is important. We are committed to create a protocol that can eliminate similar injuries in the future. At North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, we are dedicated to providing the highest standard of care and comfort of athletes, including patients with non-related sports injuries. Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Michael Rusinella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
So back after the injury, it was Will Bauer who's trying to shake things off on the far side for Seton Hall. It looks like he's not going to be out for long as he streaks up to midfield, ready to check back in. 21:17 left to play, and it looks like Bauer will be checking back in for the Pirates. So we hope he just rolled an ankle the wrong way, able to shake it off quickly, and he'll get set to check back in at the next whistle. It'll be a throw-in for Seton Hall right here on the near side when the clock resumes.
Looks like Will right now is exchanging information with head coach Marty Berman.
So Bauer checks back in at the next whistle for Seton Hall after the injury scare, and they'll need him on that back line as West Orange tries to take advantage with him out of the game, but that doesn't last very long as he's going to come right back in. So a good sign there for Seton Hall. Will Bauer back out on the pitch for the Pirates after going down just seconds ago with what looked like to be a perhaps lower leg or ankle injury.
Kevin, a special thank you to the Catholic School Superintendent Monsignor Thomas McDade, School Headmaster Michael Gallo, School Principal Michael Kelly, and the Director of Athletics Lawrence Baggett Jr., who's been there for 8 years with the Seton Hall Prep Pirates.
Goal kick from Aiden Donovan.
Let's go, West Orange!
Well, Kevin, you look behind us and you can see the great baseball field they have here. We cover West Orange, Seton Hall Prep Baseball. We cover St. Peter's Prep Baseball. That's all coming this spring. You a little excited for it?
Yeah, still got a long way to go. I don't know if I'm really thinking about that just yet here in September, but certainly always excited for baseball season. Charles tries to win it for West Orange, and he does. It'll be a Mountaineer throw-in as we've reached the midway point here of this second half. 20 minutes in the books, 20 minutes left to play in regulation. We're still deadlocked at 2 between the Pirates and the Mountaineers. Rosu throws in, middle of the box. Donovan out of his net. Bashkoff can't get a shot on. It'll be a goal kick. Donovan's been very aggressive in goal for Seton Hall. Cost them once after a save and a deflection. Bashkoff was able to put it in. Nearly did it again as he came all the way out to try and punch that throw in out of the box, and it nearly cost them again. West Orange again of trying to apply some pressure.
Kevin, here's a unique little thing to take a look at. West Orange's bench has been standing up the whole game. Seton Hall Prep's bench taking a different approach to it.
Let's go! Come on!
That's it! Get your foot in there! Get your foot in there, West Orange! All right, who's got it? Who's got it?
Nahenki downfield. Ariza with Rosu right on his hip. Back to Shohan. One more touch. They'll look to send across. Blocked down there by Morgan and cleared out. Shohan again. Can't get by. Out in Nahenki. West Orange will throw in. West Orange throws in up to midfield. 17:45 remaining here in regulation.
Oh, they're going to give the free kick to West Orange.
It'll come right inside midfield.
Kevin, this is a set-piece opportunity for West Orange that they've been working off of all season, so we'll see what they work with. As you can see, they're sending Rosu all the way up. The sweeper is now working as an impromptu forward for the play coming.
But they'll go quickly. Dvorin to Charles. Charles gets it poked away. Pirates looking to counter. Ahead on the far side, Wiley Ong. On it there. Ong with a step. Dvorin right on his hip. Ong, the stutter, the cross. Trying to set it towards the middle. Rolling out. Two teams converge on it. And it's cleared out by Dvorin. Baskoff. Field opening up. Baskoff trying to showcase the speed. Nice and Baskoff. Nice play there by Peter Battenjohnny to poke it away.
Kevin, that was a display of talent right there by the junior Wiley Ong and Baskoff trying to rehearse off of it, but Wiley Ong's kick backward really set the pace for a great cross, but just no finish because that West Orange defense is just phenomenal in positioning.
Skavala out of his box. Ong got a foot on it. Skavala now back inside the box. Shohan gives a touch there to Ariza. Drop back. Nahenki to Ariza once more. Oladapo wins the race to it on the near side. Tries to play one through. Broke it up there by Wadi. Jackson tries to play one forward for Battenjohnny up the near side. Crowd getting into it as time wanes here in regulation. We get a whistle and a free kick is upcoming for Seton Hall just outside the box with 15:45 and counting left to go in the second half.
A lot of whistles coming in here.
Midfield official tells Nahenki and Shohan where they can kick from. Now they'll back Nahenki up a couple more yards right to the near sideline. Dangerous free kick here for Joaquin Nahenki and Seton Hall. He's scored from this position before this year. He's ready. Sends one curving in towards the far post. Rosu gets a foot on it, but it's a corner for the Pirates.
West Orange probably shouldn't be too excited about that one. Seton Hall Prep has the corner kick. They're dangerous in the air. We talked about how Krupski stands 6'3" with 8 goals coming into this game.
Off the corner. Nahenki again in towards goal. Punched out to the top. Shohan, a fake. Trying to control. Gets it to Ong. His shot turned aside by Skavala. Ryan, you mentioned Krupski was not in on that sequence for Seton Hall. Was getting a quick breather. Now he comes back to midfield. He'll check in at the next whistle. For the final 14 minutes of regulation. Biggest stop of the game from Justin Skavala, sprawling to his left side.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Kevin, speaking of that, Skavala, he's like Spider-Man. The ball sticks to him. Doesn't get by him very often.
Substitutions come in. It's 5 of them. 3 for West Orange, 2 for Seton Hall. with under 14 minutes left to play. It's a West Orange throw-in.
Let's go, West Orange!
Let's go,
Excuse me, Lino. Do you go on a date with... Yes!
Off the throw, played to the near side post. Donovan there to pick it up off the bounce. Quickly rolls out to the near side for Baton Johnny. One more, Oladapo. Up the near sideline they go. Capo Chichi breaks it up, but Seton Hall throws in.
Get back, let's go!
Let's go, West Orange!
Brian, it's strange to see these teams giving up a goal at all. Never mind two.
As I
in
said,
regulation.
Kevin. Yeah, as I said, Kevin, these are defensive programs by heart, so it's very impressive to see the score.
Will we have a third and a potential winner? Castillo goes down, draws the foul. Free kick, West Orange.
Kevin, the energy doesn't really stop here. Everyone cheering for the full 80 minutes. And that really did help West Orange coming off of a tough ending to a first half where they were able to scratch the scoreline first, excuse me.
Under 12 and a half, Rosu for the free kick. Rosu is ready. Free kick is high towards the top of the box. Played straight up in the air. Donovan comes out to punch out. He goes down off the head of Hinkley. Castillo on the near side. Blocked there by Donovan.
We have a call here coming in, Kevin. Yeah, we have a call.
Yeah, we do have a call. The midfield official has his hand up. Donovan absolutely swatted it like he was a safety coming in to block a punt as Castillo tried to hit him with the bicycle kick. But what is the call?
Yeah, Kevin,
it's going to be a free kick for Seton Hall.
I was actually going to say, you took the analogy to football. I was just about to say Donovan just did his best impression of Dirk Nowitzki. He simmered that one down. He wouldn't let the plane take off, Kevin. It was grounded.
11:20 to go here in regulation. Still deadlocked at 2 goals apiece between two of the best teams, not just in Essex County, but in the state of New Jersey. Bashkoff gives it a run. Played in towards goal. Donovan to his right side, able to pick it up. West Orange attack has been fierce in this second half. They do have a goal to show for it.
Come on, Poppy, make it work!
Castillo with space.
Get somebody in the middle!
Trying to keep it in on the near side. West Orange thought it went out. Castillo unable to turn the corner. However, they do say he wasn't able to keep it in on the near side. It'll be a Seton Hall throw-in.
That does also benefit the prep as well because they're going to get to take a breather right here and control the ball out in the back as Krupski's checked back in. And we also do see number 6, Joaquin Nihenke, on the field as well. So the 2-star firepower from Seton Hall Prep are out there.
Go, baby, go! Yes, nice to
Andrada plays back for Morgan. West Orange has had most of the possession here in this second half. Ryan, you're going to say West Orange has outplayed Seton Hall here in the second half.
Yeah, you want me to say it? They've outplayed them here in the second half. They've been playing very well. It was right off of the initial kickoff to get it going. With that goal, they really just announced their statement. You know, we're here to play and we're serious like 2 years ago. And the energy matches that county final at Belleville that we saw.
Again, first time Seton Hall has allowed more than 1 goal to a New Jersey opponent since November 7th, 2019. That was a 5-2 victory in the non-public A final.
Seton Hall Prep are going to have a run for their money this year in both the county tournament with Eastside, with West Orange, with Montclair, and non-public A. Pingree stands firm, Kevin. They're the number 2 spot. They're nationally ranked. They're dangerous. They spent their preseason out in Europe getting ready for this one, playing friendlies against some youth programs, Tottenham Hotspur, you name it. They got ready for this season.
A West Orange throw in. With under 8:45 to play. Seton Hall 30-0-1 since they fell in 2020 in overtime here at Lincoln Field to the Mountaineers against New Jersey teams. 30-0-1. Pretty remarkable run, if you ask me. But West Orange trying to break that 31-match unbeaten streak against New Jersey teams.
The question is, can they do it? They have the most recent goal to work off of, however, Seton Hall Prep. You know, there's only 8 minutes left until overtime, if we see overtime and a tie score, and Seton Hall Prep can't wait to use that breather and regroup up top.
Bashkoff trying to turn the corner, shielded off there by Maxwell Williams, who sends back towards the middle of the field.
And look at Seton Hall Prep, Kevin. They're just really playing for dire clearances.
West Orange keeping their foot on the gas. Castillo on the near side. There's a cross. Back towards the middle. Can they get a clean shot off? No. Bodies collide. Seton Hall player goes down. Think that's Batten Johnny, who's a bit shaken up as we come back down the other end of the field where Ariza, he will throw in. Actually, correction, it was Batten Johnny who was a bit shaken up, not Bauer on that last time downfield. 7.5 to go. Dangerous throw in upcoming for Seton Hall. They'll wait for Oladapo to make his way down the field to throw in. Warjenka comes back in for Seton Hall.
Kevin, just 7 minutes left to go in the second half of this one. It's going to be very exciting to see what we can see coming up as Seton Hall Prep now has the ball in their offensive territory.
Oladapo throws in, gets it to the dangerous Krepke, sends in towards goal, they score! Believe it was deflected by Warjenka, and Seton Hall back on top with 7:01 to play. It was Krepke playing through, Warjenka also in on the action. And the Pirates have a 1-goal lead with 7 minutes left to play.
That was Warjenka's second goal of the contest, Kevin.
After he just checked in right before the throw-in, Warjenka has potentially given Seton Hall Prep the victory if they can hold on for 7 minutes left.
7 minutes. Let's go!
Back underway. West Orange has already erased one deficit.
Let's go!
And the Pirates now, with the race against the clock, will chew up every second possible ahead of this goal kick.
Let's go, boys, let's go!
Aiden Donovan, the rest of the Pirates will be in no hurry.
Only 6.5 left to play, Kevin. It's going to be a very long 6.5 minutes for them. But the funny thing about Seton Hall Prep, Kevin, is they've proven to love to play in 3-2 contests. This is their third one of the season.
They lost 3-2 to Woodstock Academy, game that was played in Pennsylvania. They won 3-2 in overtime against Columbia. Only 2 matches that the Prep has allowed a goal in besides this one.
Let's go!
Capo Chichi back on it on the near side. Off the head of Rosu to the foot of Shohan. Devorin opened this scoring way back early in the first half with a West Orange goal. Seton Hall then scored 2 in a row before West Orange tied things up at 2 early in this second half. The latest, the second goal of the game from Luke Warjenka, has given the Pirates a 3-2 lead. Bashkoff gives it a run. Bashkoff shielded off from the ball. He's able to win it right back. Plays to Charles. Charles on the cross, trying to find the big body of Marcus Jackson. They'll get him with a push and a foul. And a free kick coming for Seton Hall.
Kevin, that first goal they were talking about in the first half feels like ages ago. That's just really how the game has progressed. It's been so exciting in intervals.
Donovan off the free kick with under 5 minutes left to play. Seton Hall Prep makes a substitution for the remainder of this second half. Clock will stop. Bashkoff looking to turn the corner. Bashkoff has turned the corner. Gets knocked away, and it's a corner for West Orange. They'll have to hurry. Under 4.5 to go. Mountaineers a chance to find the equalizer off the far side corner.
Kevin, that clock ticking down. West Orange needs to start to put their most firm forwards in the ball game. Looks like they've specially subbed in Gideon Zales maybe to take the corner. That's exactly what they're doing, or the throw-in for the matter.
West Orange. Let's go! Will pick up. Now they'll drop down with under 4 to play. A corner for the Mountaineers. Can they find the equalizer off the set piece? Curving in towards the box. Batted out there by Donovan. Back out to the top. Again chipped in. Deflected out by Nahenke and cleared all the way back out to midfield. Morgan on it there for Charles. Andrada across. Jordan Turnbull gets a touch. Tries to send across to the middle of the field. Jackson was looking to send that one on his foot, but Johnny broke it up. The counter for Seton Hall is broken up there by Andrada. Possession time crucial. Now for the Pirates, who have taken the lead late in this one. Warjenko looking for 3. Skavala out of his cage. Rosu breaks it up. Right alongside of him is Morgan. Dvorin to Charles.
There you go, good ball movement.
Jackson can't beat Johnny to it. Charles uses the head. Under 3 to play. Thrilling game here under the lights at Lincoln Field.
Couldn't have asked for better, Kevin. These games are always exciting between these two. You were on the call for both last year. Both were very exciting.
Now we have a clock stoppage. Injured Seton Hall player back. Not sure who it is. Looks like could be a bit of cramping being stretched out on the field. 2:36 remain on the clock.
Kevin, I think one of the most interesting things, too, is that these two teams could likely see each other in the county tournament.
We'd even consider it perhaps likely. Essex County tournament semifinals, always one of the best days across the state. Again, not sure who the injured Seton Hall prep player is down on the turf. Trying to cross off who's out there. It's not Bauer, it's not Oladapo, it's not Johnny, not Krupski, nor Shohan.
It's Chiricello.
Warjenko. It's Chiricello. Now he gets up. Looked like he was cramping, being stretched out on the field. So Chiricello will have to be helped off the field as he tries and get some fluids in him. See Warjenko helping him off the field there. So a chance for West Orange to collect itself and try and draw something up as they'll have possession of the ball. It's back in the hands of Justin Skavala with 2:36 to go here in the second half. The referee will drop the ball back in play for Skavala, who will punt aside as West Orange has everybody on the opposite side of midfield.
Skavala wants to take it out himself.
There you go.
Took Krupski out of the equation. It was a smart idea.
Get on it, get on it.
Back to Capo Chichi with under 2.5 to go.
Good job, good job.
Up the near side, off the side of the foot of Oladapo. Rosu tries to flip the field. Jackson had a head on it. There was nobody there for West Orange. Falling down on the play there was Maxwell Williams, but still able to clear out. Warjenko downfield for Rosu. Rosu again, this time off the side of his foot. Nicholas Lapchinti applies some pressure. Morgan out to midfield, under 2 minutes to play.
Mason, come on, Mason.
Oladapo, Turnbull. Andrada trying to draw the foul, he does. It'll be a free kick, West Orange. 100 seconds to go. It'll be Skavala, I think, who's going to come up and take it. No, it's going to be Turnbull. Now who comes back? They have to hurry. West Orange out of sorts here. Now 90 seconds to play.
Kevin, with Skavala's height, they might want to consider in the next couple seconds sending him up into the equation himself.
Now Ong gives a run close to the ball. Time continuing to tick down. West Orange wasting valuable time here. Turnbull is ready. Kicks his leg into it, comes towards the box. Andrada off his head, trying to control in towards goal, just wide of the near side post. Donovan goes sprawling out to that near side. He'll have a goal kick with 60 seconds remaining.
Kevin, Seton Hall Prep could just pull this one out. That's going to be another win for him. 31-0-1 against New Jersey competition. Maybe Eastside can take them down.
I don't know, we'll see. Seton Hall back in action Friday against Millburn, 4 o'clock. Catch the game live right here on D1 Media Pro. Another foul called, again on Seton Hall. It'll be a free kick for West Orange right inside midfield. Mountaineers looking for a new ball, trying to do anything possible to get a new ball out. One's thrown out from the near side. Clock continues to move. Now 30 seconds remaining.
Kevin, this has proven to be the last one.
It'll be Devoren with 20 seconds remaining, trying to equalize this up. West Orange going for one last run. Devoren is ready, sends a chip in towards the box, deflected out to the near side. Turnbull trying to get on it there. Seton Hall will touch with 5, now with 4, out to the near side. The throw-in will have to come quick. The horn sounds, and that does it. Seton Hall, a 3-2 victory over West Orange. An outstanding match between these two teams, but the top-ranked Pirates proved too tough here on the road for West Orange.
Kevin, you won't see a competition in a sport like soccer much better than that one. 5 goals, 3 in the first half, constant action, collegiate potential all around, and a great crowd. Couldn't have asked for a better night with you.
The game-winning goal goes to Luke Warjenko off a deflection on a dangerous throw-in with 7 minutes to go in the second half. That broke a 2-2 tie that Mason Bashkoff got West Orange early in the first half. Ryan, final thoughts before we sign off here on this one?
Well, final thoughts are that was exactly what we anticipated. 2 very evenly matched up teams with very similar playing styles. We saw a little bit more offense than we've seen in previous competitions in the last 2 years between these two programs. But it really was just a phenomenal game. And goal, between the pipes, Scavala did just phenomenal, made a lot of key saves to keep this one close. On the other side, Donovan, as always, that basketball-esque style goalkeeper, just never stops punching these balls away from the net. And then again, offensively, we saw Krupski, we saw Bashkoff show off their talent. A lot of help from their players to put 3 goals in for Seton Hall and 2 for West Orange in this 5-goal effort. It was just a phenomenal one. Thank you for joining me.
West Orange girls soccer team back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Montclair Kimberly Academy right here at Lincoln Field. You can catch that game live right here on D1 Media Pro. As for these two teams, Seton Hall back in action Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock start at home against Millburn. West Orange back in action on the road Saturday morning, an 11 a.m. kick against Eastside. All those games can be seen live right here on D1 Media Pro. For our cameraman Miles Dax and Ryan Lowy, I'm Kevin Connolly. Thanks for tuning in for today's New Jersey Soccer Game of the Week here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. Your final score, Seton Hall Prep 3, West Orange 2. Pirates improve to 7-1 on the year, while West Orange drops to 6-2. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it the free. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay's touchdown. Wins it. The championship. He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it the free. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay